This is the plaintiff, Alicia Smith. She says the defendant is her niece, and the two of them were sitting making funeral arrangements at the funeral home for her mother, and they got into a disagreement. The defendant then lunged at her, attacked her, and punched her in the face. She pushed the crazed defendant back, and when she did that, the defendant bit her on the arm and finger. She had to have emergency surgery after the funeral and is suing her lunatic niece for every penny of the $7,500 she now owes her. This is the defendant, Danielle Smith. She says the plaintiff wasn't comfortable signing the papers at the funeral home. So when she stood up and approached with a pen to sign, her insane aunt jumped out of her chair and then charged her. The plaintiff jumped on top of her, tried to pin her to the floor, and she bit her in self-defense. When the cops came, she wasn't charged with a thing because it was the plaintiff who struck first. And if anyone here today is owed money, it's most definitely not the plaintiff. She's accused of a funeral fight. The defendant has filed a countersuit for $5,000 for pain and suffering.
All parties, please raise your right hand. Be seated. Come to order, please. Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas. Alicia Smith?
Yes.
You are suing your niece, Danielle Smith, for $7,500 in medical expenses and pain and suffering that happened, of all places, while the two of you were planning your grandmother's funeral, correct? What happened?
Well, Your Honor.
And you are counterclaiming against her $5,000 for pain and suffering?
Yes.
Okay.
Your Honor, on this day, the incident took place. We was in the funeral where they make the arrangements.
And your mom died of what?
Pancreas cancer.
Okay. All right. So what happens? We have a diagram here. If you'd like to walk up to the board, maybe you could explain to me what happened in that room.
What happened in this room? Danielle was sitting here.
Okay.
My sister was sitting here. They was like close together.
Okay.
My older sister daughter was sitting here, and I was sitting here, and an in-law of my mom's was sitting here, right? So then, we got up and we went to look for the casket, and I recognized Danielle's attitude from that point. So what I said, I was going to leave out. I wasn't going to have anything to do with it because...
Well, why did you think she had an attitude?
I have no clue. My assumption is the night before, her mother's youngest daughter, she has custody of. She has custody of her mother's youngest daughter.
Yeah, of her sister.
Yes.
Okay.
And that night, my niece wanted to stay over my older sister's house with me. And I told her it was okay. I had no clue that it was a problem for her to stay there with me that night.
So you took a child she has custody of and brought her to sleep at a different house, and that's what she was mad at?
Yeah.
Why do you have custody of your sister?
Because at birth, my mother had drugs in her system, and that's how I ended up with custody of her.
I'm sorry, how old is your sister?
She's 14 now. She'll be 15
next week. Okay, so that's not
week.
why you have custody of your sister 14 years later. Why do you have custody?
I had her for 14 years. Didn't have her for 14 years. I had her for 13 years. When I got her, when she was 3 years old, she was in foster care.
Wow.
Because, they took her straight from the hospital. When they took her straight from the hospital...
And your mother never got her back?
No.
Did your mother have a serious drug problem?
She still does.
She still does?
Yes.
All right. Okay. So what happens?
We was discussing about my mother wanting the cremation and, the service at the funeral parlor. The lady gave me the bill, which she gave me. She was giving me two, but she had one more in her hand. One was $7,800 and something, and the other one she gave me was $900 in reference to a pastor to, get burial. And then the one that she had in her hand, she stated it was $3,000. So in my mind, that's over the amount that my mother, she stated that my mother claimed what her policy was.
How much was the policy for?
I don't know. My sister said it was $10,000.
All right, so you get a bill that's higher than the 10, and what do you say?
I said, really, actually, I'm not signing any of these papers because I don't understand anything about these, and I'm not putting my name on nothing that I'm going to be held accountable for after it's over. So I was like...
For your mother's funeral?
Yes. because I don't have the funds to, you know, pay. I'm struggling in financial situation as it is. So I said the only one I would sign is the paper for the funeral parlor, which was $7,800 and something. I said I'll put my name on that. And then I got up from the table. I was like, I'm not signing anything else. So I got up from the table and I went to walk out of the, you know, place. But Danielle had stated that, oh, give me the damn, can I curse in here? Give me the damn papers. I'm signing papers like that. So I turned around. I said, you're going to talk like that? I said, you're not even supposed to be in here like that.
Why would you say that to your mother's granddaughter?
Because maybe I was wrong, but what I was told on the understanding that it was
Yeah, but
only
there was an
their
in-law
daughter.
across from you. You didn't say that to the in-law.
No, but she made that statement, you know.
So then what happened?
Danielle said, oh, you something. I don't know exactly what she said. So I'm right here. I seen her get up out of her chair. She got up out of her chair and she came towards me. So I pushed this chair back out. The person that was sitting here had already left out of the, you know, out of that area. And she came, I didn't know that she was gonna hit me. She came and she threw a punch and it landed right here on my head. And everybody was like, ooh. I heard, they said, ooh, and then that's when I went to her and I grabbed her. She took her teeth in her mouth and, you know, bit me here. When I was pulling my arms out, she went to, you know, grab my fingers with her teeth and bit my teeth. So then that's when I grabbed her and I threw her down to the ground. And then my brother came in and he, you know, pulled her up. She had my hair. That's why I don't have no hair on the side. And that's when my brother was like, let her hair go, let her hair go. And she started kicking me in my head. And then she let my hair go. And that's when we got apart. So when I got up from the, you know, thing, I noticed the back of my finger was swollen.
Do you have any witnesses or any witness statements from people who were in the room that say it happened the way you said?
No, because...
Okay, let me hear from you and let me hear your story about how this happened.
Okay, she said she wasn't.
Do you want to come over here to the board and show me?
Victoria was here. She was here.
Victoria's who again?
Victoria is my cousin.
Okay.
She's a granddaughter as well.
Okay.
I was here.
Uh-huh.
Gloria was here.
And who's Gloria again?
Her sister. Aunt.
Whose sister?
Lisa's.
Oh, another aunt of yours.
Yes.
Okay.
And my Aunt B. That's
Okay.
my Uncle Pop's wife.
Okay.
She was sitting here. It was a disagreement on whether we was gonna bury her or if we was gonna cremate her. I'm trying to reach over and tell her, if this what you want to do, that's what we gonna do. I said, but stop saying that, oh, this is what we gonna do, because y'all all, it's for y'all. It's not just you. You're making all the decisions. You're not letting nobody, she wasn't letting nobody talk, so it wasn't like nobody was
Can I ask you
answering
guys
no
a question? What do you think? What was the name of your grandmother?
Betsy Smith.
Betsy?
Yes.
Okay. What do you think
Ooh, she rolling around.
Betsy was doing the days after she died, watching from above the two of you carry on like this? What do you think that Betsy is thinking about this?
Oh, she's rolling over in her grave. Ooh, and she's bothering me. She's still bothering me. Because she was in my house. I had moments, and I have neighbors that would tell you. She's like, her spirit is still inside my house. I don't be home. And they would tell me my lights is on. I come home and my lights is on. She's still bothering me. I'm still like, I don't want to be home because I'm in the process of trying to move. Because I don't want to be there because I'm scared.
Who's still bothering you? Your grandmother's
My grandma's spirit.
Okay.
Yes.
Did you get along with your grandmother?
Yes, we did.
You just don't like the idea of what you're saying? All right, so tell me what happens with the fight.
Okay. Well, like she stated, she said she wasn't going to sign the papers. She jumped up, threw the chair back, went to go storm out, and I said, well, I'll sign the papers. That's when she came from right here. I was walking to get the pen from off the desk to sign the papers. I don't have the money to sign it, but I would have made sure I would have did anything to make sure that it got paid. That's when she came charging towards me. When she charged towards me, I can't say, and I'm not going to say I hit first or she hit first or who hit first. I know she grabbed me and was trying to throw me down on the floor. I was trying to bite her boobie. Because I know women's boobies is the softest spot that you want to let go immediately.
Okay.
But I bit her arm. Once I bit her arm, my uncle came in. He was pulling me up, pulling us apart.
Who hit who first?
I don't know.
Who
I can't
grabbed
say.
who first?
She grabbed me first because she ran across the table while I was here.
Have you people fought before physically?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes. All right.
Yes.
So,
Yes,
who,
we have.
according to you, she grabs you and does what?
She was grabbing me and was like trying to throw me down on the floor like that. And I was like, and that's when I bit the arm.
Okay.
From there, that's when my uncle came in and he was breaking us apart. And I was stabbing him in the leg with the pen.
Who, stabbing your uncle?
Yes,
What's
get
wrong
off
with
of
you?
me. Because I told him don't touch me. And he kept on, like he was.
He was trying to stop a fight at a
You.
funeral home. The guy's a hero. Why are you stabbing him with a pen?
I know, I know.
Yeah, that's why she's bothering you. Okay, so go on.
Yeah, so from there, it part ways.
Go ahead and go over there. So you think that what she was interested in was the money?
Of course.
Okay.
If
And
you call
that's
the
part of
funeral
your
home
problem
directly,
with
they will
her.
tell you the same thing as well.
There were so many people in that room. Do you have any witness statements from anybody who was in that room? Let me see. Who is this from?
That's from Victoria and Gloria
The
Smith.
what?
Victoria, the granddaughter, and Gloria is the sister.
Okay, an argument ensued about signing the papers. Alicia said she wasn't going to do it. Danielle said she would do it. Stood up. They exchanged words. Alicia Smith headed towards Danielle. I'm not sure who something the first hit. This is Gloria Smith, sister of Alicia. Is this your mother?
No, that's my aunt.
Okay. I'm a witness to the altercation that when Alicia threw the chair back and started toward Danielle to fight her. This is your own sister saying that.
Your Honor, can I
Alicia
speak?
started that fight with Danielle. Alicia hit first. I don't anything about her broken finger. You have both your arms and
Well, I was out of work for, I tore a cartilage in my wrist from working.
what ended up happening with that arm?
This, I had to have emergency surgery because when it's not the arm, it's the finger.
Okay.
So then when I immediately left after the burial of my mother.
Did you both attend the funeral?
Yes.
Was there any further incident at the funeral?
No, she apologized to me.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. Why is it that death causes so much strife in families?
Because it's a very emotional time. Like, you get riled up, you're happy, you're sad. Like, it's just a lot of things happening at once. And that's
The happy part, explain.
because you're going on to a better place. So it's supposed to be.
No, you're not the dead guy.
No. I mean, I just mean, like, when someone dies, often we associate it with being sad and mad, but it's supposed to be a happy time too.
Fair enough. Why?
Families don't know how to deal with the loss. I mean, it's something that doesn't happen every day, so a lot of families don't know how to deal with that situation.
Fair enough. Going inside the courtroom.
She apologized. I apologized. And when she apologized, she said, even though you broke my finger, I said, at least I didn't break your finger. I said, if you stop grabbing people, because I'm not the first one. I'm not the first one. She did the same thing to her daughter. She did the same thing to my sister and my mother.
Stop talking. Go ahead and finish.
I gave them the x-ray result from the bite from, I guess, it tore.
Can I see your
bone.
medical records? Why isn't there one person that corroborates the way you said it happened? Why is it that two people say
That's
you
what I wanted
charged
to
her?
speak on. That's what I wanted
Yeah,
to speak
so
in
let me see your
reference.
medical records and then tell me why nobody takes your side. Who was there?
Your Honor, between me and my brothers and my sisters, they always had something against me in reference to my mom because they always said that my mom favoritized me.
Okay, folks, let me explain how this works. I see from your medical records that you had a mildly displaced fracture. But what it comes down to is, are you able to prove in this courtroom that it's more likely than not that she attacked you versus you attacking her? And it's your word against hers. And then she comes in with two other affidavits from people who were in the room. One of them says, look, I don't know who exactly hit who, but I saw her charge. And the other one says she charged and she grabbed, corroborating what she says. So
course.
I'm not going to find in your favor in the amount of $7,500 because I don't think you've proven it. And you've
I have
got a
pictures where
counterclaim
she hit
against
me
her
first,
for
Your Honor.
$5,000 for pain and suffering for what? Because heaven forbid that there not be a counterclaim. So what is your lawsuit against her about?
On Facebook, you taking a baby picture of me and you're writing this. I can give it to you.
What did you do on Facebook with her baby picture?
I believe I could, it wasn't derogatory or
What did you
anything
do?
against it.
Just
I
tell
put
me.
a
What am I gonna
picture
see here?
stating something I put on there, but it was in.
How I was there when I was only a confused child searching for what was pure love, and that little baby who was supposed to be my niece, where I sacrificed a lot of my time back then to make sure she was nurtured and loved, is caused to my left finger malfunction today. All I can say is wow.
Your Honor.
All right,
it's
no, we're
okay.
done. We're done. We're done.
Because
We're done.
that
For you to
text
no,
went to my
no, I
daughter.
said we're done. In your lawsuit against her, my verdict is 0. You haven't proven that you didn't strike first. In fact, if anything, I think you did attack her first. And on your lawsuit against her for pain and suffering because she's smack talking, whatever she's saying on her Facebook about how she feels about you does not warrant $5,000 in pain and suffering. Ladies, put this behind you. If, not for me and not for each other, at least do it for your mother and your grandmother. Just put this behind you. Good luck.
Well, in this lawsuit between family members, what do you think is going to happen now after this, as a result of this lawsuit?
Well, for myself, I already said that, you know, it's a done deal. This has never happened to me again. You know?
Really?
No, of course not.
Well, good luck.
You know, because my heart is clean because I told the truth.
Okay.
All right?
Thank you very much.
God bless.
Now, here comes Danielle Smith. Let me ask you, what do you think, from your perspective, is going to happen now as a result of this lawsuit?
Oh, I'm done with it. I left it alone the day it happened.
Okay. I want to ask you, you're hoping to move out of your apartment?
Yes.
Your home? Are you afraid of your grandmother's?
No, I'm not going to move.
You're not going to move?
No, I'm not going to move just yet. I'm going to try to give it a little bit more time because I think
You think her,
it's something there.
her ghost is there?
Yeah.
Okay. I hope she doesn't scare you too bad. I don't think she means to scare
It's just
you.
being home alone.
Congratulations.
Thank
All
you.
right.
You know, they're suing for pain and suffering. There's got to be some kind of injury to get pain and suffering, and here there is none. That will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.